Hello, everyone. Bo Williams in the WATE newsroom. It is time for Soccer Talk. We bring it to you each week where we talk about One Knox as well as touch on some other areas around the state as far as soccer is concerned to get you up to date on what's going on with the sport. Greg's not here this week. He is off on vacation, so we've got a lot to get to. We're going to be talking about One Knox, obviously coming off a tough loss in the Jaeger Cup this past Friday. They're now on the road as they return to league play. We'll be taking a look at that for just a moment. Also, we're going to take a look at the TSSAA high school boys soccer right now. Playoff action underway. Got a handful of schools that'll be playing tonight and into the weekend. We'll be taking a look at some of those schools. Maybe you want to go check out some soccer. Go support your local high school as, again, the playoffs are underway. But first, we got to talk about some breaking news that coming in today out of Major League Soccer. Nashville SC parting ways with Gary Smith, the only coach the franchise has had since joining Major League Soccer. But today, parting ways. Nashville currently sitting 10th right now in the East. So if the season were to end today, they would not make the playoffs. But again, we've got a lot of soccer to play. But some big news today as far as Major League Soccer. Nashville now looking for a new head coach as Gary Smith and Nashville have parted ways. All right, let's talk about One Knox for a second. Tough Jägermeister showdown against Northern Colorado, the hailstorm coming to Knoxville last Friday. And good crowd for this one, but boy, it just was not meant to be. And the interesting thing here is when you look at the highlights, if you go to the One Knox page, they are even kind of poking fun at themselves. Usually it says click here for highlights. If you look close, it'll say click here for lowlights. So let's take a look at what, or maybe you don't want to see, what transpired. This is how things look. This is in the second minute of the game. And we should note One Knox wearing their road unis in this one, the white uniforms. So Northern Colorado in those dark uniforms. But again, Chelo Martinez with a nice follow here. Nice save initially, but again, Northern Colorado going up 1-0. And it would go downhill from there. Just a few minutes later, now into the 22nd minute, take a look. Once again, Northern Colorado on the attack. Bruno Randa. Now, he's going to make the run coming up from the outside. He's a defensive player, but nice job here. Right in the middle, gets the head on it, puts it into the back of the net, and that makes it 2-0. Now Northern Colorado, as again, they are up big early on. A lot of goals scored in the first half of this one. Matter of fact, One Knox right now looking to get back on the board, but watch the play here. They were trying to push it up, turn it over, and then back comes Northern Colorado. Right now it's kind of kicking it around, just falls to the wrong feet. And again, this is Randon coming out of the back, making that run. Nice finish there. 3-0 at that point, and we're only in the 32nd minute of this game. Again, still in the first half. Northern Colorado on top of this one. Knoxville would get on the board. One Knox pushing it upfield. This is one of those rare opportunities they had, and they took advantage of it. Nice job here as they try to get it into the box. Finally, they'll send it in right in front of the net there in the crease, if you will, and a nice finish here for you. Kempes Tequila putting in the back of the net to get One Knox on the board, that making it 3-1. So down by 2 now, got a little momentum going, crowd back into it. Can they get something going? No, because Northern Colorado comes right back, still in the first half. 42nd minute. Look at this ball played here. Nice ball. One Knox trying to clear it. Then they try to head it back to the keep. But again, Northern Colorado keeping the pressure up, and they have the nice finish there. You got to take your hat off to them there, picking up some miscues in the back by One Knox. 4-1 at that point. And again, we are still in the first half. Move to the second half. Just one goal scored in the second half of this one. And this is a relative newcomer to Northern Colorado. It's the first Japanese player they've ever had on their roster. Again, off the turnover at midfield, back comes Northern Colorado, and just kind of watch what happens here. This is Haruki Yamazaki, and he will finish this one, putting it in the back of the net. Nice shot coming up there. It is a rocket, goes near post. Lewis can't do a whole lot to get to it, and that is how this one played out. 5-1 was the final, again, as Northern Colorado came in and beat One Knox. And so that was a tough one to lose at home for One Knox. But again, you have to take your hat off to Northern Colorado. They played a good game on that one. Again, it's a long season. This was part of the Jägermeister Cup. That was a cup game. So this does not impact the overall standings as far as where One Knox stands in the league. Now, their next game, that will all change, because here's how things are shaping up. So you see the 5-1 loss there, but look at this. Coming up on Friday, May 17th, the guys, they are out in California getting ready to take on Central Valley Fuego FC. They've been struggling a little bit this season through 6 games played, so maybe One Knox can come away with some points on the road. And then next Saturday, the 25th, still on the road, they'll take on Forward Madison. We were supposed to take on Madison here in Knoxville a couple of weeks ago. Had the storms come through the area. That game still yet to be rescheduled, but this will be our first look at Madison on the road. And just for your planning purposes, Saturday, June 1st, that's when One Knox comes back home and they take on the Richmond Kickers. That is right now set for a 7 p.m. kick. So again, mark that down, Saturday, June 1st. Tickets available obviously on the One Knox website. But again, all eyes this weekend to see how this team bounces back, how they rally after that 5-1 loss. We'll say a lot about this team when they take on Central Valley Fuego. So we mentioned the standings overall as far as the league. Okay, so league play right now. Take a look here. Greenville on top, but they played 7 games. They've got 13 points. Then followed by Union Omaha, Charlotte Independence, One Knox, and Spokane, all with 10 points, so sitting 3 points off the pace. One Knox, though, has only played 5 league games. We've got 2 games in hand when it comes to Greenville. Union Omaha has got 3. So definitely some points, 2 wins there, and you're right back at the top for One Knox. So even though we're sitting 3 points out of that first place spot, you have to look and see how many games everybody has played to get an idea of how things are truly standing as far as the overall standings are concerned. Now we're going to scroll down and take a look here. There's Central Valley Fuego. This is who Knoxville takes on coming up this week, and they've played 6 games right now, and when you look here at their last 5, nothing but L's. They lost 2-1 to Union Omaha, 3-0 to Ford to Madison, 3-2 to Richmond, 4-2 to Chattanooga, 3-1 to Charlotte. So we'll see how this one plays out for One Knox. But again, a great opportunity for them to go on the road, even though it's different time zone out on the West Coast, but hopefully pick up 3 points there and continue to stay here in this top half. Obviously, the top 8 make the playoffs when it's all said and done. So even though we got a long way to go, if we can stay in this top 4, One Knox is going to be in pretty good shape, that is for sure. So that's how the standings are shaping up heading into this Friday's game out in California. Okay, something else going on. So since the One Knox is out of town, right? And so you're sitting there thinking, well, I got to get my soccer fix. Obviously, you can watch some soccer on television. But something else that's going on right now, if you want to go out, support some local soccer, TSSAA playoffs are currently underway. And we got some great high school soccer here around the area. So we do want to take a moment. Let's give some credit to these soccer programs. This is boys soccer. Girls play in the fall, boys play in the spring. And for the Class A Region Soccer Tournament right now, looks like the matchup that a lot of people are going to be watching, at least locally here, is right there. You take a look at the bracket. It's Gatlinburg-Pittman. This game coming up actually tonight. Gatlinburg-Pittman at home taking on Pigeon Forge. So this is going to be a big Sevier County battle tonight. 1A. Interesting to see how this one plays out. But again, Gatlinburg-Pittman, obviously they're going to be the favorites playing at home, taking on Pigeon Forge. But a good game for Class A coming up later on tonight. All right, go to Class 2A, and we're going to scroll down. First of all, Greenville taking on David Crockett tonight. Again, that game going to be played in Greenville. So a good one to check out if you're in the Greenville area. Then how about Austin East? It wasn't that long ago, just a few years ago, that really Austin East literally shocked the high school soccer family, if you will, by winning the state championship. This team had barely even made the playoffs in the past, and then they ran the table. They won a state title just a few years ago for Austin East. A lot of people still talking about that. Great to see them back in the playoffs, making a run. They're coming off a 1-0 win off of Gibbs. Tonight, they're going to go to Cocke County. That's going to be a tough game on the road at Cocke County for Austin East. But again, the best of luck to that crew and to Cocke County as well. They've had a great season. Cocke County with a big 5-2 win over Anderson County. So they've been tough this season, that is for sure. And then 2 more local teams going head-to-head tonight. Alcoa will be taking on South Doyle. They've met before during the regular season, but Alcoa with a 5-2 win over East Ridge, advancing, and then South Doyle, it was a tight win over Signal Mountain, 1-0 was that score, but you can see those two set to play at Alcoa. So again, some big games tonight involving local teams, and if I'm not mistaken, we're kind of in that situation now where if you win, you're home next week. If you lose, you're on the road. So these teams will have a little bit more life in them as the way the brackets are set up, but it's good to see a handful of teams there in the 2A regionals still playing as we head into this evening. And then we want to go to the 3As, the big boys, if you will, the big schools up in Tri-Cities. 2 huge rivals, Dobbins-Bennett, Science Hill. They're going to be playing each other. That's coming up tonight. Looks like a 6 o'clock kickoff there. Dobbins-Bennett at home, 15-0-2 right now. They're having a great season. Science Hill coming off that 4-zip win over Jeffco. So a tough loss there for Jefferson County. We should know Dobbins-Bennett eliminated Sevier County. But again, good matchup there in the Tri-Cities. And then look what's happening here in the Knoxville area. Hardin Valley, who beat Oak Ridge 5-2 back on Tuesday. They're going to be at Bearden. Bearden beat Halls 2-0. Of course, Bearden has that long history of success in boys and girls soccer, but Bearden at home. Now, Bearden's had a little bit of a rougher ride this year, but again, we'll see what happens. They get the home draw. They'll be playing Hardin Valley. Two West Knoxville teams going head-to-head, but that game set up for later on tonight. Should be a good one over at Bearden. And then we do want to take a look at Division 2A. We do have a few teams that are going to be playing here. Knoxville Grace, they're going to be playing on the road at University School Nashville. So again, they got to make the trip to Middle Tennessee, but Knoxville Grace will be playing there coming up tonight. And then we also have, I believe, Lakeway. Yeah, Lakeway Christian out of the White Pine area on the road. So we have two local schools still in action there. As far as the private schools are concerned, Division 2A soccer. So still a lot of representation as far as the area schools are concerned. Great to see that. And of course, best of luck to all those teams who are going to be traveling tonight as well. Be careful out there on the road. So we've got One Knox on the road, but you can go watch some. Oh, I should point this back out. Let me bring this back up here for a second. I believe is that, yeah, that Lakeway Christian, if you're going to see that game on the road, that's a Saturday game. These games are Saturday, so also Knoxville Grace, that's a Saturday game, so keep that in mind. A lot of the public schools will be playing tonight. The private schools, they'll be taking to the pitch coming up on Saturday. So several options for you there to check out some local schools, get that soccer fix, go watch some games in person and cheer on your neighborhood team, if you will. Again, but One Knox on the road. They're not going to be back until June 1st. Of course, we'll have all the latest for you right here as we'll continue to keep you up to date on what's going on with One Knox. Don't forget the big breaking news of the day. Nashville SC firing their coach. They're now looking for a new coach. Been a rough start for Nashville. They've lost a handful of games here in a row. Right now sitting 10th overall in the Eastern standings in Major League Soccer. So I'll have to see how the ownership handles that one. This is really the first big coaching change in that franchise's history. So we'll see how that one plays out. And then again, as we just mentioned, a lot of high school soccer going on for you around the area. All right, we do this every Thursday. We hope you'll join us again. We'll have some more highlights for you. We'll get you up to date on what's happening with One Knox. And of course, we'll hopefully keep our fingers crossed to pick up a big win on the road out in California coming up on Friday. That's going to do it for Soccer Talk. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to doing this again next week.